No. Your best friend Fitzy helped your wife conceive a baby. He helped her conceive it all night long.
Hey.
How about you, Mayor? Has the Lord ever done anything for you?
Well, I wished I could think of something, but to be honest with you, I can't. I can't think of a damn thing he's ever done for me. Kind of makes you wonder if there even is a Lord. If there even is an ultimate punishment for our so-called sins. Why don't we all just have fun and do whatever the hell we want?
Let the sin begin.
Let the sin begin. That was a good one.
This is so much fun. I never want it to end.
Why should it end? Who's gonna stop us?
A little clip from Little Nicky. That's probably one of my favorite sins. One of my favorite sins from that movie. Oh, I should drink more coffee. I need to be a little bit more awake. Yeah, so that's one of my favorite scenes from Little Nicky. And like I said before the clip, I have some more things to say about the legalization of marijuana. It's going to take a little bit of a serious tone, just to let you know. About 15 years ago, I had this conversation with somebody. I can't remember who. And I said if marijuana was ever legalized, you'll see a lot more people quitting smoking weed and going to harder drugs because of the criminal activity behind it. Because in the 60s, if you were smoking weed, it was a form of rebellion against society and the establishment. And that still holds true because it's always been illegal. And now that it's becoming legal, there's a certain problem arising, especially in Manitoba and the small rural communities in Manitoba. And that's the methamphetamine that's coming in. And honestly, I saw it coming because why would the people want to pay the government for something and pay portions to the government for something they can get for a little bit cheaper, and they can see what the government's planning on doing, and that is basically treating it like they did with cigarettes back in, I'd say probably about the 30s or 40s. And that is basically saying, okay, it's legal, you can smoke it. But you can't smoke it. You have to smoke it in the privacy of your own home. And then prohibition with the alcohol and all that shit. But anyway, with marijuana and meth coming in, more people are getting hooked on meth because meth is by far one of the highest addictive substances on the banned substance list. And it's the hardest drug to quit. And I've had my issues with this drug, and it's just I saw it coming, and it's an epidemic, and people are wondering why. It's because you voted a guy in whose main policy was to legalize marijuana without passing proper regulations, and just basically having each provincial government and territory decide their own laws on how to handle the drug. What Manitoba did was basically decriminalize it, and you're only allowed to smoke it in the privacy of your own home. You can't smoke it anywhere else. In Ontario and BC, they're planning on allowing people to drink in public with the legalization of marijuana coming into effect. So basically, the bars they have are going to be turned into hashish bars, and then you can just drink beer willy-nilly walking down the street. Like, no, that's being a hypocrite. Saying you can do this, but you can't do that. Marijuana doesn't cause any damage to anybody. Any organ whatsoever. It causes no damage. But alcohol, you get kidney problems, you get liver. Liver damage is probably the quickest way to go if you're a drinker. People have to get their stomach pumped if they consume way too much alcohol. If I smoke too much weed, I'm usually, passed out. And then I wake up and I'm not hungover. Alcohol deserves to be in bars. Because it's a social thing. So is weed. Weed's a social thing. That's why there should be 2 separate bars. And the whole bylaw on smoking on patios, that's another thing I have an issue with. Because the patio is part of the establishment. But there's 2 sections. You got, the lounge area and the family area. The family area is reserved for non-smokers. The lounge area is for people that smoke and that are drinking, and when they do drink, they smoke. But people, of course, they need to bitch, and they need to complain, and they need to protest, and they need to rally, and they need to make their opinions heard. See, this is why I don't give my opinions. I just make fun of other people's opinions, because, honestly, I find a lot of other people's opinions kind of fucking stupid. No offense to the people out there. There's probably a lot of good people out there that have really solid opinions. And then there's me, who has the same opinions as they do. And then there's other people that just disagree with us flat out. I call them the vegans and the vegetarians. Because they don't eat meat, so they don't get the substance, they don't get, the nourishment or the chemicals that help enrich brain activity. They don't get that because they're too busy sucking on seaweed and sucking kale off of rocks. I don't even know what fucking kale is. When someone's like, oh, would you like some kale? I'm like, what the fuck is that? Is that a new kind of burger? No, it's like a wrap. It's not a fucking wrap, it's fucking green. Is that mold? Are you gonna feed me fucking mold? I always wanted to yell that at a fucking vegan. Go over there for dinner. What the fuck is that shit? Oh, it's soy. I'm not eating that. I'm not eating that. Go to Burger King, get me a burger or some chicken nuggets. Meat's murder. Fuck you. Meat's not murder. Meat's food.
I know you, don't I? I'm usually very good with names, but I'll be damned if I haven't forgotten yours.
You stole my cab.
I've never stolen anything in my life.
I hailed a cab on Park Avenue this afternoon, and before I could get in it, you stole it.
You're the guy who tried to get my cab. I knew you, yeah. You scared the bejesus out of me. Come to think of it, it was awful easy to get a cab during rush hour.
Forget it.
Oh, I can't forget it. I am sorry. I had no idea that was your cab. Let me make it up to you somehow, huh, please? How about a nice hot dog and a beer?
No thanks.
Just a hot dog, then.
I'm kind of picky about what I eat.
Some coffee.
No.
Milk?
No.
Soda?
No.
Some tea?
No.
Lifesavers?
No.
Slurpee?
Sir, please.
Just let me know. I'm here. I knew you.
Classic scene from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles with Steve Martin and John Candy. I have so many favorite John Candy movies, it's not even funny. There's The Great Outdoors, Uncle Buck, Canadian Bacon, How the West Was, or Wagons East or West, Wagons West, I think. Well, it has Wagons in it, but he was freaking hilarious in that movie too. I think it's Wagons East. Still, freaking awesome movie. But Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is probably one of my favorite John Candy, Steve Martin films because I have mad respect for both of them. Oh, alright. Sorry, I was burping in the middle of talking. I kind of sound like a velociraptor. So, excuse me. Alright. The reason I played that clip is because a lot of people are like that. They'll be like, I know you from somewhere, but they won't actually say it. They'll just look at you and keep looking at you and keep looking at you. Not saying a thing. It's creepy as shit. And they'll stare at you. They'll stare at you and try to pinpoint. And I'm kind of like one of those people. I'll sit there and be like, that looks familiar. Should I say something? No, I won't say anything. I'll just look at them with the corner of my eyes. And that does happen. It happened to me while I was at work because a car pulled up and I thought I recognized the guy driving. And I had to do a double take. And then as he was leaving, I'm like, fucking went to school with that guy. Yell his name. Because the guy in the passenger seat waved at me and everything, was smiling and pointing, waving. I'm just like, okay, why is that guy pointing and waving at me? Is he slightly retarded, or he must think I'm famous? I'm not going to go over there and sign any autographs. No, not my style. Oh, what time is it? Ooh, 4:20. You know what that means? It's 4:20 a.m. That's what it means. It means that it's morning. And what a morning. And it's a Tuesday. Oh, I'm not a big fan of, any day that ends with Y. Oh, that was a really bad joke. Oh, what else did I see? Oh, yes, minimum wage in Manitoba went up a whole whopping 20 cents. Like, seriously, Manitoba? Seriously? We are one of the highest growing provinces. All the small town communities are constantly growing. New businesses are starting up every single day. And minimum wage in Manitoba? $11.35. What the hell? Oh, but you can cut funding on healthcare and, well, basically the main slash for the PC was healthcare and, getting rid of urgent care facilities. Where did all that money go? And everybody wants to know, like, why aren't our roads being repaired? You're repairing streets that don't even really aren't in that urgent need of repair. St. James is still not done. They just started tearing up Nest because of a water main break, which they should have fucking found when they fixed it the first time. When they fixed the street the first time, they should have done proper surveying and checked to see if the pipes were still intact, to see if there's any cracks, if there's any potential of breaking. Nope. Pave it over. We'll wait till later because then we get paid to work on it. Yeah, you guys are working on streets a week and a half before it starts to fucking snow. You guys are idiots. That's the problem I have with the city of Winnipeg, is that they are so bad with money. They're so bad with city spending. And the province, the MP, I don't understand. Like, why isn't minimum wage the same as it is in Ontario? They're one fucking province over. And we're making, what is it? I think it's about $1.25 less than them. Oh, it's because Ontario is bigger than Manitoba. Fuck you. It doesn't matter about the size of the fucking province. It's about, people wanting to, be able to survive and live and not wind up on the street and not wind up on a great, fantastic list as low-income housing. Nobody wants that. People want to be able to say, hey, I'm financially stable because I'm making $12.50 an hour, and that's our minimum wage. But no, it's okay. Ontario can make more than Manitoba. Ontarians can make more than Manitobans. It's understandable. Because I don't know anybody in their right mind who would want to move to fucking Ontario anyway. I wouldn't. My big move is not going to happen for another probably about 6 years, and that's going to be to Montreal. Fuck Toronto. Fuck Ontario. I don't need them.